Okay, so, and now we talk about our learning objective 3, which is show the impact of transactions on accounting equation. So we already finished our assignment 1, and this question, this illustration we would be doing in a breakout room. So I would be posting the transactions into the group, and all you have to do, you have to post all these into the accounting equation, and at the end we tally our answers. So first of all, we will be following the example of Freddy's Auto Service Incorporation. So to illustrate the accounting for transactions, so let's assume Freddy Kish opened a Freddy's Auto Shop, Service Shop Incorporation in 2014. So what we have here, these are the accounts. So our transaction 1. So kindly write it down, or you can take a picture. So 1 or 2 transactions, we will do it together so that everybody are on even stands or we are on the same page. So from here, now question is why we are repeating our stuff right now? Because from here, we will deduce some laws of accounting, because this accounting equation will ultimately give us some kind of laws to record transactions, and then we jump up into the how we make the ledgers, journals, entries, and then posting those entries, and then making balance sheet and income statement. So that's why this is very, very important. So all your future accounting lectures based on this lecture, from because we are deducing some kind of laws from here. So pay close attention to here. So don't think that you are repeating all those stuff. Give your best shot here right now. So here, transaction 1 on April. This is April 1, right? Because I have controls here, I cannot read. Let me just fix it. Yeah. On April 1, Freddy Kish, this is the owner, and a few friends invested 50,000 to open Freddy's Auto Service Incorporation in return for common stock. So these are called the accounts. Which account? These are asset accounts, right? This is liability account here, and for shareholder equity we have 2 accounts, right? So in this transaction, what we learned about transaction, it must have 2 things, giving and receiving, right? So it means it must affect 2 accounts. Understand? So I'm repeating this one. Every transaction must affect at least 2 accounts, right? So how we are going to post it in our accounting equation? So assets is equal to, don't worry about if there is no is equal here, it is equal. It is equal to liabilities plus owner's equity. So this is business equation, accounting equation. So business receive cash, so we'll write it down 50,000. Now think in terms of business. You are the owner, you give the money to the business. Now think in terms of business perspective. Business received 50,000 and business issued worth of 50,000 stocks. And these are the other side of the equation. So that how much belongs to insiders? 50,000. Understand? And now transaction 2. Freddy's purchases land for a new location and pays cash of 40,000. Can you record this? Everyone?
Yes.
Cash would be minus 40,000 and land 40,000.
Well done, right? So every transaction affect 2 accounts. So you see here, cash will be minus, or you can also write it down in terms of parentheses, not using minus, just parentheses. In accounting, it is also mean by this is a negative sign. Okay. Okay, let's make our breakout room and then we solve it together. And and then we will deduce our loss. So I am making 3 groups. Here we go. You can take a picture for this account and write it down on your notebook, or if you're using ePen, you can also take a screenshot and you can use that one. So I'm going to be posting transactions on the group, and you are required to solve accordingly. And then we are coming back from this breakout room, and then we talk about our solution. Okay, guys, welcome back from the breakout room. So let's do this together. So up till now, what we have discussed, transaction 1 and transaction 2. So what is the third transaction? The business buys supplies on account, agreeing to pay 3,700 within 30 days. So how this will affect our 2 accounts here, at least 2 accounts. There can be 3 accounts as well, but a transaction must affect at least 2 accounts. So buys supplies, it means, do we have supply account here? We have a supply account, so supply
Yes.
account will be a positive here. And since this is on account means that we bought it on credit and we will pay later. It means we are,
Accounts payable.
yes, also adding in supplies and in accounts payable. Here we go, right?
Yes.
Done. Let's have transaction 4. Freddy's received 7,000 cash by providing services for customers. This is challenging. So they received cash for sure. Cash is a positive sign here, right? So how we are
Yeah.
going to account for this services? Because this is Friday Auto Incorporation, right? Of course, they are selling their services. So it means this is sales or revenue. So how we are going to account for? Because sales and revenue belongs to
Return earning.
shareholder
Switch
equity and
Yeah.
retained earning. How
Yeah.
retained earnings? Because the formula for retained earning is
Revenue minus
retained earning plus
mm,
net income
yeah,
minus dividend. So where this net income came from? Revenue minus expenses, right?
Yes.
That's why revenues and expenses belong to retained earning, and retained earning belongs to shareholder equity. So that's the point I want to clear here. Now you understand, right? So
yes.
this 7,000 cash is going to be here and in retained earning, right? So this is just for the
Yes.
explanation. This is service revenue.
Mhm.
The fifth one, Freddy's repairs a fleet of UPS delivery trucks, and UPS promises to pay Freddy's 3,000 within 1 month. So what is that one? Freddy's repairs, it means they also provided services, right?
Minus for the supplies. I'm not sure.
Not supplies.
Accounts receivable will be 3,000 and the retained earnings will be also 3,000.
Well done, Sipadir. Well done. Well done. So, agent, here we go.
But we didn't receive this. The part that I was confused with. It says within 1 month. And then later on another transaction say we received. That's why I thought that later on we will add it as we get the money.
Okay, let me explain this
But I
transaction.
got it. No worries.
So this is Freddy's who repairs the UPS company trucks.
Yeah.
We are talking about Friday's business, not the UPS business,
Mhm.
right? So Friday's, does it work? And UPS, which is now its customer, it says that we are not going to pay you right now. We will be paying you in 1 month, right? So of course, this is
Yeah.
our sales because we are selling our services, automobile services. So of course, retained earning will be increased with 3,000, but we didn't receive cash. We will receive after 1 month. So we are creating
Yeah.
our customers, which is account receivable,
Yes. Got it.
right?
Yes.
Done. So if you have any question, anyone, please, you can ask, okay? Sixth one, Friday's Auto Service Incorporation pays 2,700 for the following expenses.
Hmm.
1,100 rent, salaries 1,200, utilities 400. Now, you can also post, individually, and you can also post collectively as well. So let's talk about the individual post here.
Account payable, right?
Jordan, think about that.
Hmm.
Friday Auto Service Incorporation pays 2,700 for the following expenses. Rent 1,100. So
Hmm.
these are their expenses they pay. It didn't mention that they will pay or they will pay later. It means they paid. They will pay through cash. So if you do individual, so that would be 1,100 less from cash and expenses 1,100 less from retained earning. Similarly, 1,200 less from cash and 1,200 less from expenses, as a salaries from retained earning. Utilities minus 400 minus 400. That is individual postings. And if you do collective posting, then it is total for 2,700. You can just write it down. 2,700 is less from cash
And retain earnings.
less from retained earnings. So you can choose either whatever. So it doesn't mean that 27 plus 1,100 plus 1,200 plus 400. No, this is just the segregation of 2,700. How 1,100 from 2,700 belongs to rent. 1,200 from 2,700 belongs to salaries. 400 from 2,700 belongs to utilities. So you get it,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
You also post individually. You can also post. So basically, this transaction they make a cash 2,700, and here must be 2,700 because they collectively did that, but they write it down individually. Why? To give you a meaning that this much is rent, this much is salary, this much is utility. You can also write it down 2,700 collectively as well. Okay. Now the seventh one, Friday's pays 1,900 now on account, which is you paid for your credit, which means to make a payment towards your account payable. If this sentence is not even mentioned here, so this sentence is enough to give you the evidence that you paid your payable. How? Because you pay your amount that is on account. So which two accounts are going to be hitting are going to be hit in this transaction? Of course, you pay
Accounts payable and retained
cash and
earnings.
account payable. How we are going to account for? Because you pay cash, cash is a negative sign here, and
And then account payable is
through the payment of the cash, your liability will decrease or increase.
sorry, what?
By paying your liabilities will
So
increase.
I cannot hear you.
It
Your
will
voice is
increase.
Again, by paying your liabilities,
lagging. Yeah.
it will increase or decrease. Liability